Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Film Adventures. This week was a freebie for me. The only new film that's coming out this week is That Awkward Moment, and I would also say another one because technically, I think it's called Labor Day? I'm sorry, I'm thinking of another film. I think it's Labor Day. It has Kate Winslet, Josh Brolin. Also comes out this week, but I'm pretty sure it's not a wide release. So the only wide release film was That Awkward Moment, and I wasn't going to go see it. Just didn't want to. I mean, yeah, I know I usually go see things no matter what, or how good or bad they look. But not this time. No, this time I wanted to see something else. Something I was hoping to catch before it left theaters, and thankfully I did, because apparently this was not only the only time and day it was playing. Well, I just said it was the only day it was playing, because when I checked the theater schedule, tomorrow it would have been gone. The movie is Her, the new movie from Spike Jonze, and I'm kind of curious to see what Spike Jonze does with this. I mean, I like Where the Wild Things Are. I think aside from that, just by watching that film, Spike has a very interesting way of doing movies. I mean, you have to if you can make a 15-page long book into a movie like, well, Where the Wild Things Are. So, let me go see exactly what everyone is talking about when it comes to Her. That was a fast film. Really fast. Only needed like a second film. Who knew? Yeah. You might be wondering what's going on, because normally there's a transition. You can clearly tell there's a fade. Well, at least to say that this film actually started at 12:30. I pretty much got there on the dot, and instead of doing a quick preview of it and rushing for time, I decided I'll go in first and then come back here and mess with your guys' heads. Might not have worked. You guys are too clever for me, I know. But anyways, yeah. Not a thing I'm gonna keep doing, I understand. I like doing the whole preview first, then second. So, yeah. But seeing it's a freebie week, I can get away with it. And you probably all have already seen Her, and you're like, oh, well, this guy's just late, man. Anyways, Her. What did I think of the movie? Well, this movie's getting a lot of praise. I seem to get pretty good reviews, and I can't disagree. I like this film. I thought this film was fantastic. It was beautiful, which is weird because of what it deals with. I mean, if you've seen the trailers, or unless maybe you haven't, but you know that it's about Joaquin. Yeah, I butchered his name. Go figure. Joaquin Phoenix. Starting a relationship with an artificial intelligence, who is voiced by Scarlett Johansson. So yeah, you kind of, I wouldn't say it's a creepy premise, but you know, you sit there and you think about it, it's like, that's just weird. And you're right, it is weird. But for some reason, Spike Jonze makes this work. I think how they get this film to work, and how you're not sitting there going, this is just disturbing. I mean, it's an AI. There's nobody there. This is just crazy. I think what makes it work is the fact that the movie knows it's weird. The AI in this movie, the OSs, are a new thing. They're a new computer. And you see that, kind of affect the world. Not just Joaquin Phoenix. It's just everybody's getting OSs, and everyone's, starting a relationship with your OS becomes a trend. Now, you can sit there and say that this movie is about, how we as, humans, how things are changing with us in technology, and how we're so close to technology these days, and how we have, anything like Wi-Fi or, internet, and everything like that, push of a button. And yeah, we do. And you can look at it that way, but you know what? I think the best thing about that is that that's not really what the movie's about. I mean, yeah, there is this bigger thing that you can look at, and if you want to look at the film that way, you can, but at its heart, her is a love story, pure and simple. I think it's a very simple kind of film. And I wouldn't say simple because it's also complex. I think it plays with all the right elements of relationships and life. It does it in a pretty easy way to follow. I think it does a terrific job with it. I really do. I don't know if I've seen. I don't know. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Here it comes back. I don't know if I've seen a whole lot of Joaquin Phoenix films. Okay, I have seen him in a few films. I've seen him in Gladiator, and but I can't really say I've seen all of Gladiator, so I can't give my merits on his performance in that movie. But, I've also seen him in The Village. Oh, The Village. Well, that wasn't really his fault. That was M. Night. But I don't know where I can gauge him when it comes to his performances. All I can tell you right now is I really liked him as Theodore in this film. I think this was a great role for him. I think he pulled it off very well. He pulled off all the right emotions, all the right characteristics to bring this character to life, and how we can relate to him. And it is so interesting to have a role like this for Scarlett Johansson because you never see her. I mean, this is all a voice performance from her, and I think she does a terrific job. And because she's playing an artificial intelligence, and she's trying to learn about humanity and what it means to be human, and she's very, well, human. I mean, they really play with that. Everything feels raw, and it's almost like she's there in the room. It's like it's just another role for her, and she's actually there. I think that says a lot when you can do that. I don't know if you gotta give credit to Scarlett Johansson or you give credit to Spike Jonze's direction. Maybe both. That might just be simpler. Movie also has or stars actually quite a few people were in here, and it surprises me. I mean, I knew about Rooney Mara. I knew about Amy Adams. I think of any of them, you have Amy Adams as the bigger supporting character. Because Rooney Mara is in the film, and while she's in flashbacks and stuff, her main scene is only like one scene, and it's like a little bit into the film. Same thing goes for Olivia Wilde. She has like one scene in this film, and that's it. It's weird. Like, you could have given that to anybody else. Why Olivia Wilde? I'm not saying I'm complaining. I'm just saying it's weird to have someone like her with just a scene. Who knows? Actually, there's some cameo appearances. Well, not really appearances. They're all voiceovers. You have Bill Hader, who's in this. You have Kristen Wiig, who's got like one quick voiceover at the beginning of the film, and at the end of the film is Brian Cox. Actually, that bugged me with Kristen Wiig because I was listening to her and I knew the voice and I just couldn't put it together. But yeah, some surprises when it comes to the cameo appearances or cameo voiceovers in this movie. Oh, and also Chris Pratt's in this film. That one I didn't know. He's just everywhere now, isn't he? He's going to be next week with the Lego movie, Guardians of the Galaxy. This guy's just all over the place now. What else is there? But I gotta say, Spike Jonze is probably one of the more creative directors out there today. He really knows how to play with the camera and play with the cinematography and get everything down the way he wants. I mean, I give props to all the crew and all the editors of this, because I loved how he handled things like when Theodore's just thinking. You know, he's in mid-conversation, but we see the images of what he's thinking right there and then. I liked that. That was a cool touch because, yeah, sometimes that's what happens with people. People, you know, you're talking to one person, but your head's somewhere else, and that's what I saw with Theodore. I think I don't know, when it comes to cinematography, it's not like it's the exact same from Where the Wild Things Are, but I was just thinking about that film and watching her, and it's not that I said that they're not the same. It's just that I think when it comes to this, I think Spike Jonze knows how to bring distinction to the look that he wants to present on film. And, you know, as I said, he is a very creative director. I think he did a terrific job with this. Yeah, I feel like everything blended in well. And the music is fantastic. It's a terrific soundtrack. It really is. It's kind of, you know, I don't want to say upbeat. Well, yeah, it is upbeat, but, you know, it has a high-tech sound to it. But at the same time, it knows when to play a softer melody and just use a piano piece. It's a really terrific soundtrack. I am not familiar with the composer. I can't tell you by name. But I think this film hit all the right areas of what it was trying to be and what it was trying to say. I like that it wasn't too preachy, because, you know, when you have a theme like this, when you see it there, you think that's the main point of this film. He wants to talk about our connection with technology. But no, as I said at the beginning, it's at its core a love story. It's simple with that, but it knows when to be complex. It knows when to be dramatic. I think you'll have not like a fun time. You're gonna go, oh, this movie's hilarious, but I think you'll chuckle a few times because you just kind of like the relationship. You like these characters. It's just done very well. You know, I don't know if I can see this film again. Well, I think I could watch it again, but not like anytime soon. This is not one of those movies you can watch again and again. I think it's the same thing for me and Where the Wild Things Are. That's just not a movie I can watch over and over again, and I love the film. And then Her's like that too. I think not as nearly as I felt awkward with Where the Wild Things Are at points. But, yeah, this is a beautiful film. It really is. It's very subtle and simple, but at the same time complex. It really shows the strength of what Spike Jonze can do for a movie. You know, seeing as it did come out in 2013, I gotta give my hat off to this one, because I think this might be the best picture of 2013. I know I've said that in two different film ventures, but I might be able to throw my chips in for Her. Don't quote me on that. I could probably change my mind in a week. I'll watch another film from 2013 and go, that's the best movie. Well, maybe not. I can't back that up. If it's still playing in your area, if you can find it, I know this is probably one of those films that's not in a normal theater, not in your wide releases, but if you can, I would highly recommend seeing Her. And if you're not, wait till it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD and digital download, because I think it's a great film. Especially if you're looking for a movie that's both stylish. I know what I'm talking about. A movie that has style, as well as a movie that has a heart. There. I'll go with that. Okay, that's going to do it for Film Ventures. Everything will be back normal next week as I go and venture off to go and see the Lego Movie. That will be next time on Film Ventures.